Everything you T-Shine Key, you know about the legendary Ring King and his magical brides just got flipped upside down. Because in Tales of Wedding Rings Season 2, Episode 2, truth hits like a thunderclap. What if I told you the world? Saving hero was just a terrified, ordinary guy spiraling into darkness. And the sacred wedding rings weren't a blessing but a curse passed from traitors. Yep, this episode peels back centuries of legends, emotional scars, and the steamy and questionable origins of power. Buckle in, because this is a recap that exposes the history, shakes our heroes, and sets Satu up for a trial of the soul. The episode starts off right where the crew left off, exhausted by endless mountain roads, grumbling, and close to Ramka, the kingdom of elves. Nephritis, who's supposedly the princess here, is still secluded, and the palace is oddly somber. No one has seen her since that day, and the room stays locked tight. Her brother, Jade, tries to coax her out with a book, but even he can't get past the heavy door. This sets the mood. Something's wrong in Ramka, and everyone feels it. Satu and the gang get down to business. They're desperately seeking the elves' great library, holding hope that inside is the kind of ancient knowledge they need to finally understand and defeat the Abyss King. But it's not that simple. This isn't just an ordinary library, it's also the elves' graveyard. Apparently, it's only opened when an elf dies, adding more mystery and foreboding to their quest. Jade's not sure about letting outsiders in, but with some persuading, he points them to the elder, the one who holds the key. The big question finally gets asked: how did the Abyss King, the root of all horror, really come to be? The story they hear is chilling. The elder shares that nobody truly knows the origins of the Abyss King. Long ago, the world was balanced between humans and the abyss, but then darkness from the north poured out as monsters. Those touched by the abyss didn't just die, they vanished completely. People fought bravely, using all their wisdom and courage, but were eventually overwhelmed by the monstrous armies and their terrifying king, who was darkness itself personified. Only when things seemed truly hopeless did the Ring King appear, but much about that hero's story has been purposefully kept hidden or lost. Next, we're shown why the Great Library is such a painfully guarded place. Most of the world's books were either burned or destroyed by the Abyss King or fearful humans. The few left hide the true nature of the ancient showdown between the Ring King and Abyss King. Humanity feared not only the monsters, but what wielders of the rings could become. Eventually, the group is granted access, standing before shelves of rare and deeply personal records. The biggest shock: the first tome rescued from the flames, its author revealed as Peridot Ramka, the elder herself. This is her memoir as the first Ring Princess, and what follows shreds every myth Satu and the princesses believed. We learn that the first Ring King was no divine savior, but a regular farmer who simply stumbled upon the original ring. His rise was marked by both heroism and tragedy. The rings themselves were created each time he married a princess from one of 5 races: light, wind, fire, water, and earth. At first, these unions were happy and proud moments, but soon the relationships soured. The princesses became less wives and more vessels, their bodies and emotions drained for more power. The Ring King fought battle after battle, seeking comfort in lust to escape terror and despair. The more power he craved, the less of himself remained, and the more everyone around him began to fear the man they once loved. A crucial twist is revealed The princesses eventually turned on the Ring King themselves, fearing that after defeating the Abyss King, he would become a tyrant. Their decision to betray and bury the Ring King, sealing him away and cursing the rings themselves. One ring would bind itself to a princess, its pair to whomever kissed her, ensuring a tangled web of fate and power for generations. Only the Light Princess felt true sympathy, vowing that her husband would become the new Ring King when the Abyss returned. This horrifying backstory strips away any romantic sheen on the whole wedding rings save the realm idea. The princesses in Saw 2 are devastated, understanding now that their powers are tied to a cycle of betrayal, fear, and suffering. They process the darkness behind their lineage and brace for an uncertain future. The narrative then pivots back to the present crisis. Satu needs more power. But can he avoid becoming exactly like the first Ring King? Lost to desire, corrupted by strength. For a brief moment, Satu hears a voice inside the ring, a remnant of the prior Ring King's spirit. This echo admits to being not just a guiding hand, but also the regrets of someone who spiraled out of control. It's a sobering moment. What if Satu can't resist? What if his pursuit of power for good makes him dangerous? The elder, seeing the group shaken and still lacking the strength to leave the library, locks them inside with powerful magic. They can't escape until Satu gains the true power needed to break them out, and the solution she hints at. Satu must now physically consummate his marriages with the 5 princesses. The elder herself, who admits that even as the king's plaything she experienced pleasure beyond anything else, believes that this is the path to unlocking even greater ring magic. The group hesitantly agrees to follow the elder's directions. It seems the only way forward. After embarrassing back and forths, lots of blushing, and playful banter, the princesses agree to draw straws to decide the order. Ultimately, Satu is given the choice of what to do. It's clear the fate of them all comes down to what kind of Ring King he chooses to be, one who rules by desire or leads with love and hope. In summary, Episode 2 tackles the haunting weight of history, the burden of legacy, and the terrifying reality that the power to defeat evil almost destroyed the last hero to wield it. Satu and his princesses now know the world needs a new kind of Ring King, one who can break curses, not just monsters. The door to their future is locked, both literally and figuratively, and now Satu must decide how to wield the power of bonds without becoming the very darkness he fights. So, what do you all think? Did the big reveal change your view of the wedding rings and the entire story? How do you feel about Satu's trial? Will he succumb or rise above the twisted cycle? Drop your thoughts, predictions, and reactions in the comments below. Smash that like button if you love deep lore drops and plot twists. Share this video with fellow fans. And don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns of Tales of Wedding Rings. See you next time.